Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. 21 sober living spaces are now open in Prince Albert to help people maintain recovery after addiction treatment programs. It's a partnership between the city, the province, and Oxford House. The homes are designed to help residents maintain their recovery after addiction treatment by providing ongoing support and a safe, affordable residence. The Ministry of Health has committed almost $240,000 of annual funding to Oxford House for sober living experiences. Saskatchewan Housing Corporation put up $900,000 to buy and renovate homes. The city of Prince Albert investing $90,000. The city of Prince Albert says it plans to reopen Little Red River Park on Friday, but is urging the public to be cautious. It says the park, including services at the Cosmo Lodge and Naughty Pine Bistro, will resume, but warns water levels on the Spruce River are still high and fast flowing and can create dangerous conditions in the area. Park users are urged to be careful around the river and shoreline and advised not to go into the water. The Highway 55 entrance will open on Friday, but the West Park gate will remain closed for now. The city says officials will monitor the conditions and decide if further precautions need to be taken or if the park needs to close again. Saskatchewan RCMP charged 2 people after a drug trafficking investigation in White Fox. Last Wednesday, RCMP executed a search warrant at a home in White Fox. During the search, they found 2 weapons, one of which was loaded, ammunition, cocaine, crack cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, cash, and drug trafficking equipment. A man and 2 women were arrested. 1 woman was released without charges. The 20-year-old man and 32-year-old woman from White Fox are charged with weapon and drug offenses. They both appeared in court last Thursday. Some Saskatchewan daycares are raising concerns about upcoming changes to the funding model for the $10 a day childcare program. Starting July 1st, childcare providers will receive funding based on licensed spaces rather than the number of children in care. The director of Dalmany Daycare says the change could affect part-time care, where multiple children share the same space at different times. She says her daycare has 35 licensed spaces, but has been able to support 17 more families through part-time care. She says it may no longer be financially viable to support those additional families since licensed facilities can only charge $10 a day under the program's funding rules.
If you do the math on $10 a day, 5 kids is $50. Somebody working as a level 1 in early learning is making about $160 a day. So that's a $90 a day loss just to help 5 families.
Speaking with reporters last week, Education Minister Everett Hindley said the changes were due to funding limitations, and he called on the federal government to increase funding for the program. SaskTel says it's bringing faster cell service to more rural and northern communities. The Crown Corporation has expanded its 5G network to include more than 160 cell sites, including Air Ronge, Wilkie, and Thunderchild First Nation. SaskTel says its 5G network now operates on more than 900 cell towers and covers nearly 90% of Saskatchewan's population.
Remote healthcare, for example, that is a hugely important thing. Having that connectivity for educational purposes, online learning.
The province says it has spent about $500 million on the 5G rollout with the goal of upgrading nearly all of SaskTel's cell towers by the end of 2027. As our province experiences a spring like we haven't seen in many years, current conditions are giving some gardeners reason for optimism, and local gardening stores feel the same. While the planting season got off to a slow start, many in Saskatoon are now eager to finally get some plants in the ground. At this Saskatoon gardening store, the weather has been the topic of conversation, even more than usual. Staff say the cold, slow start to spring delayed business and created challenges for growers as well. But with warmer temperatures finally arriving, things are quickly picking up. Customers are anxious to get outside and start planting to try and make up for the inability to plant on the May long weekend.
Typically very busy at this time of year, but this year it's quite a bit slower. People are waiting for the weather to break. They're waiting for it to stop snowing. They're waiting for an opportunity to get in their yard and get out there and do something in a nice climate.
And across the city at Dutch Growers, Wednesday was also the busiest day so far, with shelves stocked with more plants than usual at this late stage in May because it's been so slow. Well, maybe this has been quiet for garden stores, but this last few weeks for you, Jeff, has been just a mile a minute keeping up with all the changes.
Well, it has been a wonky situation. That's a technical term. It's been very interesting, to say the least, when it comes to typical temperatures and typical conditions that were just not in evidence. But now things are starting to plateau. We're looking at a warming trend across the province. But we are keeping our eye on this low-pressure area that's sliding across basically the international border into northern Montana, southern Saskatchewan, and Alberta. And in and around that, we anticipate some active weather, and some of it may be in the form of thunderstorm activity. So we're going to keep our eye on that situation. But we'll talk about the warming up and the long-range forecast a little later on.
Some new traffic lights are going to take some getting used to in Saskatoon. The city turned on 2 lights on Warman Road Tuesday morning, one at Hazen Street and one at 5th Avenue North, and they're causing some post-long weekend backups for blocks. The new lights are next to link platforms built last year as bus service moves there at the end of the month. But not everyone is convinced the new traffic lights will solve any problems, and many feel they have no choice but to get used to slow-moving traffic from here on out.
I don't think it'll change anything, because people don't treat that as a turning lane when it is, in fact, it goes from 2 lanes to 3 lanes.
When I first heard the lights were going up, I was really excited, because we do have a problem at this Hazen corner with traffic. But these blinking lights is really frustrating.
Bus service for routes 30 and 35 begin on Warman Road on May 31st. The Kinsman Foundation says it's reaching out to donors who may have had contact info and email addresses compromised in a recent cybersecurity incident. The Kinsman Foundation said the incident involved unauthorized access to certain applications on its systems. The incident is now contained, and regular operations and services are unaffected. Law enforcement have been notified, and third-party experts are helping in an investigation into what happened. The Kinsman Foundation is notifying donors through Cyber Scout and ask anyone to remain vigilant of any suspicious emails claiming to be from the Kinsman or Telemiracle that ask for user credentials or for you to click a link. The foundation adds if any private data is found to have been hit, people affected will be notified separately. Saskatchewan's newest canola crushing plant is now operational at Regina's Global Transportation Hub. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held today to mark the start of production. The $350 million Cargill facility will process 1 million metric tons of canola per year. Premier Moe says the plant furthers the goal of processing more agricultural products in the province.
Credit to Cargill for having faith in our ag industry in this province and this nation, making this very significant investment to allow us to achieve our provincial goals of crushing more than 75% of the canola seed here in the province. This will bring us up actually to 81%.
Cargill also owns a canola crushing facility near Saskatoon at Clavet. The world's largest canola crush plant is operated by Richardson in Yorkton. It processes 2.5 million metric tons per year. Sask Power will be inspecting more than 123,000 wood power poles around the province as part of its annual checks. Inspectors will look at poles, cross arms, anchoring cables, and any other hardware for signs of damage or decay, while also doing work that extends their lifespans. Any pole that can't be repaired or reinforced will be marked for replacement. Sask Power says maintaining a pole costs less than $65 compared to about $5,000 for a new one. No power outages are necessary for the inspections, but workers may occasionally need to access private property. Crews will also test rural overhead transformers and install fire protection on poles in northern regions to help mitigate possible fire damage. When we come back, previewing a Ukrainian holiday, Jasmine Pelche finds out the meaning of Vyshyvanka Day.
I am with Zenik from the Veselka Cultural Club to talk about a Ukrainian holiday that we have this week. So that's pretty interesting. Do you want to give some background on this day and what it's for?
Okay. The holiday is called Vyshyvanka Day, and it's coming up this Thursday on the 21st of May. It's always the third Thursday of May every year, so whatever date that falls on. This holiday historically is actually fairly recent. Young university student by the name of Lesia Voronyuk. She's the one that started this holiday back in 2006, which is 20 years ago now. So like I said, in historical context, it's quite recent. And it was started at the University of Chernivtsi in Ukraine. And from there, it grew into a national holiday and also into a worldwide celebration, because Ukrainians are all over the world, like pretty much you can find them throughout Europe, North America, Australia, New Zealand, and that. So that's the date that we're celebrating, and everybody is encouraged to wear one of these. It's a Vyshyvanka on that particular day.
What is the importance of wearing a Vyshyvanka?
Historically, it's tied to our history and culture. It's not a religious or a political statement, but it's a statement of national unity. It's what binds us Ukrainians together. And there is evidence that, historical evidence, that the Vyshyvanka first came out in about the 4th or 5th century, and but it took prominence around 1000 AD, and more so then later on in the 15th, 16th centuries, and it's part of our national identity. Yeah.
So the one that you have on today, what is the significance in terms of like the region that it might have come from, or some of the colors or patterns that you have?
Okay, this one here would have come from the Ternopil region. There's 24 oblasts in Ukrainian, which is like a state or a province. And each region has its own colors, its own patterns, its own type of Vyshyvanka. So, and Ukrainians, I can't because I'm Canada here, but Ukrainians, they, by who's wearing what Vyshyvanka, they can tell which region of Ukraine that person came from.
In recognition of this day, is the best way to recognize it just wearing a Vyshyvanka if you have one? Or?
Yes, anybody who has a Vyshyvanka on the 21st, this coming Thursday, we'd encourage them to put it on, to wear it, and especially in this time, because Ukraine is going through a tough time. It's a show of support, solidarity, and wear it. And if you don't have one, or if you're not Ukrainian, like whatever, give them a thumbs up and congratulate them, you know. And if you're not Ukrainian heritage and you happen to have a Vyshyvanka or borrow one, you're welcome to put that on too.
Will you be wearing this one again, or do you have a few others?
I have several. I have 5. So I don't know. It'll be like I'll be in the closet. Though, well, maybe this one on that day, or might even change it throughout the day. So yeah.
Yeah, you could have one for every day this week if you really wanted to.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming out and sharing all that background information with me. It's very interesting.
Okay, you're welcome. I'd like to get the word out and whatever. So wear your Vyshyvanka and proudly, and on Thursday.
And if you see someone wearing them, give them a thumbs up, right?
Correct, yeah. Or a high five, whatever, yeah.
Jeff has the weather forecast coming up next, and a study that looks at the outcomes of breast cancer depending where you live in Canada. So just taking a look at things, Jeff, I'm probably going to need some sunglasses and maybe even some sunscreen coming up.
Well, you always need sunscreen, but yes, you especially will need it because we've got ourselves some sunny days showing up, John. And as we make our way into the next week or so, temperatures are on the rise. Many locations expecting to hit 30 degrees, so we'll talk about that momentito. There is this low pressure center that we talked about earlier in the broadcast. It is cycling down through Alberta into Montana and on. It's that, that once again, that counterclockwise rotation around it. We're expecting most of the active weather to be in around the Regina area, maybe along, basically up around Cold Lake, sort of Meadow Lake areas, sort of angling into Saskatchewan. Just for those scoring at home, we are anticipating some rain up around the north coast of BC, but the rest of BC, a high is moving in. So if your travels are taking you out to British Columbia, it looks like a nice sunny weekend there. If your travels are taking you out to Ontario, where things are cooling off, and we're keeping our eye on the weather for the Montreal Grand Prix, the Canadian Grand Prix rather, in Montreal. Right now, a little dodgy on Sunday. Leading up to the Sunday, things are looking pretty good. So, and then some parts of the Maritimes are going to be hot and humid, whereas parts of northern Newfoundland and Labrador, snow. Oh yeah, that's the joys of living in Canada. It's a world of contrasts. So there is the computer modeling. You can see sort of that area in and around Regina, sort of where the epicenter seems to be, or at least where the most active weather seems to be centered, and is sort of angling through southeastern Saskatchewan there. So we'll keep our eye on all that. And there's that little blip that I was talking about, sort of moving in from the Cold Lake area, and that sort of intensifies in a small way as it makes its way up into a northeasterly fashion. 4 degrees for Spiritwood overnight. The same for the Battlefords and Candle Lake and Birch Hills and Rosthern and Melfort and Nipawin. Some places dealing, though, with partly cloudy skies and risk of a thunderstorm. That risk backs off as we head towards midnight. Then as we roll into Thursday, well, we've got ourselves a chance of some showers in Spiritwood, but it's a low chance in some respects, about a 60% chance there. So it's more than 30, and it's less than 100%. 19 degrees for the high tomorrow for Spiritwood. But then look at these temperatures: 20 degrees with mainly sunny skies in the Battlefords and Rosthern, mainly sunny and 21 for Candle Lake and Birch Hills, mainly sunny and 20 for Nipawin, and a bit more in the way of cloud cover, but still warm in Melfort, a high of 19 degrees on Thursday. For Prince Albert, dropping down to 4 degrees tonight, slight chance of showers and a risk of a thunderstorm. The wind's backing off. 4 degrees the expected daytime high. Overnight temperature, the daytime high tomorrow, 21, so a couple of degrees above seasonal, mainly sunny skies. The wind's shifting around a little bit, but it's a relatively light wind, so it's not going to be a deal breaker in that respect. 21 degrees again on Friday, 23 on Saturday, warming up to 29 by Tuesday, and by Wednesday we're looking at 28 degrees, so some really warm temperatures coming our way, John, as we make our way into the weekend and next week.
And I think that'll shape up for a nice weekend of racing out in Montreal if it does rain. And I think that sport could use an entertaining weekend, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Okay, all right. I see where you're going with that.
Well,
yeah.
Jeff, and also the Prince Albert Raiders, their season ended just a little shorter than the players and fans wanted to this year. But Matt Young's got a look at the 1985 team that had plenty to celebrate at this time of year.
Hundreds of loyal fans lined the streets of Prince Albert yesterday to honor the Memorial Cup champion Raiders.
It was 1985, and the Prince Albert Raiders were on top of the junior hockey world. You're looking at rare footage of the Memorial Cup parade held in Prince Albert after the team returned home as national junior hockey champions. It was the first and so far only Memorial Cup title in team history. That year, they won the WHL championship and defeated the hosts Shawinigan Cataracts 6-1 in the Memorial Cup final. The city hosted a parade and celebrations for the team when they arrived back in Prince Albert. Fans lined the streets near City Hall to get a glimpse of the trophy. The Prince Albert Raiders, Memorial Cup champions in 1985.
And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and wood finish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A new study from Statistics Canada shows how breast cancer outcomes are not equal everywhere. The data reveals differences in diagnoses and death rates for women across Canada. It underscores how where people live may influence their risk. The study found diagnosis rates were highest in urban centres with large immigrant and racialized populations, as well as some rural regions. In contrast, rates were lowest in large metropolitan areas such as Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver, and also in northern and remote regions. As for death rates, the information shows death rates are highest in rural eastern regions and lowest in big cities. The differences could be due to disparities in treatment, access, or follow-up care.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
So with this weather getting a little bit nice and a little bit warmer, Jeff, you're probably thinking about getting the beach chair and the umbrella and making yourself a nice big sandcastle, right?
That's me.
There you go. Well, this one's for you then, because international sculptors are in a small seaside town in Denmark. It's for the 15th annual Sand Sculpture Festival.
It's not beach sand, but it's normal sand from a sandpit. And there's a little bit of clay in it, which means it dry out and get hard, rock hard, and can stand the rain. But it's much different from beach sand. You cannot make a sand sculpture in beach sand.
There you go, Jeff. You're not making any sand castles out of this sand because it's extra strong. More than 60,000 visitors are expected to come check them out. This year, it's all about inspired by the Middle Ages, including knights, blacksmiths, princesses, and more. What do you think, Jeff? Do you have a favorite out of all those?
Of the ones we're seeing right now?
Yeah.
I think I like that sort of profile of the knights on horseback. That looks pretty cool. But this looks great. It's an action shot.
Crazy the amount of detail that goes into it.
And it really is impressive.
This has to last them until October, so you got to make sure you pack it down nice and tight because you don't want it to break.
That's for sure. That's for sure.